If you don't learn to regulate your nervous system, you will be stuck as a wounded boy. You will be stuck in your old wounds. You're gonna keep replaying trauma on every time you feel like that situation is a threat to you. In this video, I'm going to show you on how you can regulate your nervous system in order for you to reduce self-sabotage in your relationships, in your life, in your careers, especially your relationships with your family members or your relatives. This is very important because your relationship with, romantically with other people, with your partner, future wife, it's going to be affected if you don't train yourself to regulate your nervous system within the relationship with your family members first. One thing that you can do in order for you to regulate nervous system, right? Again, why do I want to talk about this? Is because when you are in a situation or when you are in a tense situation where you feel like that situation is a threat to you, like let's say for example, I always give this example, but when you're in an argument with a person, right, whether it be your partner, you're gonna be your future wife, whether it be with your family members, your little sibling, right, your mom or your dad, sometimes, right, you may you may see that argument as a threat. Because let's say you're in an argument, and if you notice yourself withdrawing from that argument because you don't want to be blamed, or because you feel wrong, or because you feel like you're not worthy, right, you don't deserve love because of that argument, then you have to work with your nervous system, because your nervous system tells you that that situation is a threat and it's not safe to be in that situation anymore. And so what do? You withdraw, right? You cannot lead the family, you cannot lead the argument from there, right? As a man, as a conscious hero, you're supposed to break generational curse and lead the people around you and lead yourself, right? If you are not able to lead yourself, if you're not able to control the emotions, the urges, the temptations that you have with your surroundings, with yourself, like let's say lust, anger, hatred, right, those traits that you have, when you cannot learn to control them, you will sabotage your relationships with other people as well. Now, in order for us to do this, we have to make our body safe, right? We want to release that stored trauma within our body. We have to make our body, safe in order for us to truly speak with truth. We need to make our body safe in order for us to gather the information that we need to during that threat or during that tense moment, and we can respond with like a mature man, like a mature adult, right? And one of the key ways in order for us to be safe in our own body is to remove bodily sensations, right? It can be your chest tightening while you're at that situation when you're arguing with someone. It can be you feel that sort of nervousness in your abdomen body, right? You feel headache all of a sudden, right? Because of that threat. Now, what you want to do is to release them, right? At any given moment in time, you cannot release it at that moment in time because it's pretty difficult to do that, right? So what you want to do, you want to do some sort of like what is it called, sensational imprint or emotional imprint or bodily sense imprint. So what you want to do is you want to learn actually how to breathe properly. You want to, let's say you want to research on how to breathe properly. You want to research on how to do somatic exercises from the word soma, right? Somatic. What is soma? Soma is anything to do with bodily, right? Bodily things, right? That's why if we learn how to do somatic exercise, if we learn how to release the tension in our body, whenever we get into a situation where it feels like a threat, we can actually snap out of it faster than before, sooner than before. And let's say we're in an argument with the person, We can actually lead the argument. We can repair connection after that. Because if we don't learn to regulate our nervous system, what we're gonna do after that disconnection with the person, we will actually disconnect even more. Because we want to be leaders, we have to lead and self-govern ourselves and tell to ourselves that in order for us to repair connection, someone has to initiate the leading here. It doesn't want to be, it needs to be you. Because if it's not you, then who else is going to be there to lead, right? Who's going to be there to initiate things, right? As men, we want to be leaders, right? We want to be the hero that will save our family from the devil, right? Disconnection doesn't mean that, of course, there is some sort of devil, right, within the area that we live in, if there's some sort of disconnection between us and a partner, right? Because the devil is feeding on her wound or their wound, and the devil is also feeding on our wound and affecting how we respond and how we articulate their emotions and information, right? Once we learn how to regulate this stuff, we will snap out of it faster, and we will actually self-govern ourselves, and we respond and repair connections straight away. And how we do this as well, we need to learn how to do it, right? You can read books on it and stuff, but if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to read books and go in depth on it, it's wasting time, it's time consuming, it's okay. I'm creating a course, a link down in the description below. You just join my community. I'm gathering up brothers, real brothers, that we can share story with each other, as well as there's a course in a classroom section that's going to be upcoming. Means I'm still creating it, but I'm going to charge you for free, and you can also work with me for free, because I want to help a lot of people as much as I can. So the next thing is break free from false beliefs. Now, you want to break free from the false beliefs that keep you small, right? Let's say you have the belief of that you're loved conditionally, right? When you are loved conditionally, like let's say that's your mom that says that, right? Any small like criticism that you will get, you will feel like you're not gonna earn love from that. Like let's say you are with your little sibling, right? And your little sibling or your older sibling criticize you, like just a small minor criticism. Oh, don't do that. You should not do this. You will feel like you're not earning love because of how your mother was like back then. Your mother was critical towards you, right? And your false belief, it sort of gathers up and it says, if I make mistake, I'm not enough. If I make mistake, I won't earn love. Love is conditional, so I can't make mistake, right? And let's say when you have that false belief and one of your family members criticizes you, you will become angry towards that person, or you might shut down, or you might withdraw, or you can also manipulate that person into guilt tripping that person, right? A lot of these behaviors can have this like effect that we have to really uncover within ourselves first, right? And in order for us to actually heal that false belief and break free from that false self that creates from that false belief, is by doing daily affirmations, right? Daily affirmation is not just wishy-washy, because it actually works when you connect it in a divine way. When you connect those daily affirmations, not within ourselves, but when we surrender those affirmations from to God, right? That's why I always preach these things, but I always connect it in a divine way. When we connect that affirmation with God, we allow ourselves to not be this inferior little person, right? Not have this low self-esteem, because again, low self-esteem is also the cause of all these problems that we have today, right? And if we let God and His words and how Prophet Muhammad, as a Muslim, I'm a Muslim myself, how Prophet Muhammad says things about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and about God and about the universe and all, and we actually absorb the knowledge, absorb the affirmations of, let's say, God is the most merciful or God is the most forgiving. If we do daily affirmations of that, like just listen to that for a second, right? God is the most merciful. God is the most forgiving. His unconditional love is way better. I forgot what it was, but in the Quran, the love of a mother is not like this is the love of a mother towards the son, and this is the way up, more unconditional love of God towards us. God literally have everything that we need. He will provide everything that we need, right? Because our mother and our father, of course, they're imperfect, right? They affect us in a lot of these different ways, but God will heal us. God is our ultimate healer, right? And if we do daily affirmation of what God says about us and what God is for us, the most merciful, the most forgiving, let's say, we will heal from that. And we have to meditate on that, right? Because with that, we will unlock emotional freedom in order for us to share the truth, to express our truth, to not have this fear of making mistakes or risks or failure, right? As men, right, we measure ourselves in strength of how other people see us as, right? Especially our fathers. That's our fathers see us as strong men, right? As strong boy. And if we don't get that from our biological father, we will chase it elsewhere. Another video, that's for another video. But that's what I'm trying to say to you is do daily affirmations in order for us to break away from that false beliefs and let go attachments to outcome, like fear of making mistakes due to our critical mother or any related to that, right? Unlock emotional freedom in order for you to stop self-sabotage in your relationships. Now, of course, a lot of these things have those physical, tangible benefits, right? If you just focus on the inner level, then you won't see what's actually if you want to know what's the physical level, what's the physical outcome of doing these somatic, regulating nervous system, right? If you want to know that, you have to know how it affects your inner self first, and then when your inner self is healed, outside it will be healed as well. Now, some tangible benefits to this is having better sleep, because if you're not thinking about your trauma or you don't have grudges, right? If you don't have any of those overthinking, behaviors, then your sleep will become better. It's obvious, right? There's also a person that I've talked to, when he heals himself with this, he has less gut issues, right? His stomach problem is fully healed and resolved because of that. Now, this is amazing because if we allow our body to be safe, then we will allow our external, physical body to be healed and safe as well. If we just remove all those gym, muscular, weightlifting stuff, our physical benefit is inside, within our soul, our heart, but it's also outside, healing the, let's say gut issues, better sleep. That's improving how the human status, the human health in general, right? Not like building muscle or having six packs or whatever, but it's healing as a human being. We will become a better human from healing the wound within, right? That's also one of the benefits of how regulating your nervous system. Another one that I've also encountered as well is having peace and calm in our day-to-day lives. I'm speaking like this, right? I can speak like this because I'm calm. I'm actually sitting down comfortably. I'm speaking comfortably. My nervous system is regulated, right? I can breathe properly, right? Even though I'm speaking right now and I'm, you know what I mean? But in day-to-day lives, after I'm recording, I can breathe properly because I've done those daily affirmations during the day, and I also do it at night as well. Ow, that hurts. Because every decision, right? Life decision, your lifestyle, it can be affected by if your nervous system is regulated or not. Because let's say, are you gonna wake up as a wounded boy, or are you gonna wake up as a mature man, right? Which one do you want? You want to wake up as a mature man as well, right? You don't want to wake up as a mature boy, because if you wake up as a mature boy, you're choosing to sabotage your relationships with other people. You're choosing to sabotage your potential as a human being yourself, to allowing yourself to heal your body and allowing yourself to remove that false belief so you can reach your potential. If you have any goals or any achievement that you want to achieve, when you remove that false beliefs within you, you will have no limitations at all. Now, there's a story that I want to tell. Oh no, my battery is running out of battery. I'm just gonna be quick. I used to have a friend that betrayed me because, bro to bro, I broke up with my ex, and my best friend actually took my ex, and I didn't feel good about it, but I didn't tell him about it. So when he left the school, I have this grudge with him, towards him, and so for decades and for years, I hold this grudge, which affected my sleep because I overthink about this grudge, right? I replay the trauma that I get from getting betrayed by the friend. I define that moment as betrayal, and so because of that, I just have the grudge. But I learned to actually forgive by releasing that grudge to God and really learning on this forgiveness. And now in today's life, I actually don't think about it at all. My sleep is way better now. I sleep with no overthinking, with nothing. That's one of the possible physical benefits that you can get. Removing all those like biohacking and stuff, when you heal the wound within, you can sleep way better than before, right? My battery is running low. Link in the description down below. You can join my free community. I have a course there, and I'll see you in another one. Goodbye.